Good morning. This is Mr. Wernentin, principal at Sherrard High School, and I want to take a little bit of time to review your individual math scores, your student progress report. As you remember, back in August, you took the first of 3 math assessments, 9th through 11th graders did. And now we have the results back, and I just want to go over with you how to look at your results and what all these numbers mean. As you can see, this particular example is a math student's results. I want to point out a couple of key areas to you. This tells you the subject area. This tells you the testing time. Now, as you have your paper in front of you, you can look at your numbers and see how they compare to what this student scored. This is one of the most important boxes in the test results here. This particular student is a junior, and these are all the different math sessions this student has taken. FA 16 means this last fall, the test you took in August. This student took the math test 3 times as a junior. You can see fall, winter, and spring, and then once as a 9th grader. RIT scores is your actual number or the score that you received on a test. If you think of a test has 100 points possible, this particular number right here in the middle would be the number you got right, so 75. This number, this RIT score, is the actual score this particular student received on a test. Anytime there's a standardized test, there's something that's called standard deviation, and that just is a mathematical explanation of some natural errors that occur in testing. We don't need to concern ourselves with that right now. The RIT growth part tells you how much you grew from one testing period to another testing period. So for example, last year when this student took the test in August of 15, she grew 13 RIT points by the time she took the test in the spring of 2016. Through all the mathematical observations here, this testing program can predict how much a student should grow from one testing cycle to another. So what this means is it was predicted that this student should grow 2 RIT points, and she actually grew 13. That's positive. The last numbers over here are the percentile ranges. This number in the middle means this particular student scored better than 56% of all the students across the nation that took the math test. That's positive. As a freshman, she scored 47% better than all other students on the math part of the math test. And so you can see she's had improvement each year. One other area I would like to share with you are these sub-tests down here. Each sub-test will have just, here's how you're doing. And so this particular student's scores in operations and algebraic thinking came out average. And there are 4 different areas of which a student would be ranked or noted there. I want to share one more observation with you on the reading component. Again, these are the scores. Now, the colors on your particular score sheet, this would be blue, the middle one would be amber, and then this one on the right is gold. And this tells you where this student falls. The middle one is the student, and then there's a district level, and then overall where a student would score. These numbers mean exactly the same, it's just the reading version of the math component. The last thing I want to mention on the reading component is down here, again, you'll see where the student scores. There's just a ranking or a description of where the student falls, is this Lexile range. Many of you may or may not know what Lexile range means, but what this number does is it runs from 200 for a beginning reader up to 1600 for an advanced reader. And so this particular student, there's a 150 point range in here, but all this does is allows you to find textbooks that are at your reading ability. You can talk to your English teacher or Mrs. Bennett about your Lexile range too, but it helps you find appropriate reading books for you. I would encourage all of you, as we'll be taking the map again in December and once again in the spring, to create a goal for yourself that you want to improve 2 RIT points on your math or 2 RIT points in your reading. I hope this was a little more information for you. If you have any questions, feel free to talk to your teachers. Have a great day.